Alrighty, guys, we are live for the first ever Bend Not Break Fitness Streamers Do Yoga. My name is Joe from the Average Joes, and I have my lovely co-host Nina with me. How you doing, Nina?
Hi. I'm doing good, and apparently my Discord audio is not picking up in OBS, so give me 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, it's okay. We'll fix our audio. But yeah, guys, we have an awesome event planned today. We have a great group of fitness streamers. Hopefully, some that you have heard of, and maybe some brand new ones going to be doing yoga. I think actually a majority of our participants have some type of stretchy yoga background. There's one person in particular that I think is going to struggle, and you're looking at him. I do not do yoga, but I do have fun with it. Nina, are you looking forward to this event?
I'm looking forward to it, and I've promised Joe I'm not going to kill you.
So, guys, I know right now on my Twitch, you can't really see her. The way we got it organized, you'll see her when everybody is around. But just know that Nina is, her setup right now is so purple, and it is so bright. It looks way better than ours.
It's going to get a lot more purple as it gets darker.
Okay, cool. So, Nina, before we kind of play our nice little intro video for all of our participants, I want you to kind of introduce yourself. A lot of my viewers may not know what you do or who you is and what you're all about. Could you maybe give us a rundown of how your stream looks and kind of what you're all about?
So, hi, I'm Nanera90. You can call me Nina, Nin, Nanera. Just don't call me late for dinner. I am a variety streamer with a focus on stretching classes every Thursday night. And I'm kind of like everybody else in the fitness and health category on my own fitness and health journey with a very ambitious goal of losing more than 200 pounds.
Awesome. So. No, I like that. That's amazing. On your weight loss journey, how much have you lost so far?
So I've actually lost over 100 pounds so far. I've gained a little of it back. Part of that being in a bulk and putting on muscle. Part of it, a little bit of food slippage. But still, overall, I'm down to about 40% into my goal.
Awesome. That's great to hear, Nina. Yeah, big inspiration. 100 pounds. That's a person. You've just lost a person. that is great. Cool. And then you guys know about me. I'm Joe. I lift heavy things. I put them back down, and we try to have fun. That's really all you got to know about me. Now, let's get to the most important part. Let's introduce our participants for today. We have Miniature Action Jesus, we have HolderHek, and Muse Magic Cosplay. They actually prepared a nice intro video for us that I can show you on stream. And let's go ahead, let's take a look at that. And boom, there we go. And you guys can see my screen, right, Nina?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and hit this play button. And while this is going, I'm going to set up my yoga station.
Hey guys, my name is Tiffany. I also go by Muse or Muse Magic Cosplay on Twitch.
Hey guys, what's up? This is the HolderHek.
What is up? I am Minnie, the smallest man on Twitch.
I'm a mixed martial artist slash bodybuilding fitness streamer.
I am a pole dancer and a baby powerlifter.
As a streamer in the fitness and health category, my primary focus is powerlifting.
I got into doing fitness because, I was a pretty obese kid and my parents threw me into martial arts and I just, I kind of stuck with it most of my life.
I got into fitness in summer 2020, decided to go face the fear of heights, and went indoor rock climbing for the first time. And in December of 2020, I took my first pole dancing class. Got me really far outside of my comfort zone. In spring of 2021, my partner introduced me to strength training and powerlifting.
I first got into fitness in 2018. After an emergency room visit, left me with the information that I was currently over 400 pounds, potentially at risk of several severe health problems. Medical professionals have described me as a physical specimen, an absolute unit, and dangerously overweight.
Super interesting fact about me, I probably know way more about Final Fantasy than you do.
I also happen to be a cosplayer. I taught myself how to craft armor out of foam. And if you like My Hero Academia, you may know the character Bakugo. So I built myself Bakugo's grenade gauntlets.
I'm actually a kindergarten through high school music teacher, which means I have to be fairly proficient in a lot of instruments. Good thing for me, I grew up in a cornfield with nothing better to do. So by the time I was in high school, I already knew how to play saxophone, flute, clarinet, trumpet, trombone, tuba, drum set, and dabbled a little bit in electric bass.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened? Oh no,
I
Minnie!
don't know.
Oh no,
Denied.
denied. Well, let's see if we can do a quick fix. If we can't do a quick fix, we're just gonna move on.
Tuba, drum set, and dabble
There we
a little
go.
bit in electric bass. Most recently, my instrument of choice is the ukulele. I can dance, I can sing, I can be happy, and then come home and lift heavy weights and make myself hurt.
I am moderately flexible. I can kick above my head. I am situationally flexible, but generally speaking, not so much.
I would say I'm moderately flexible. My body has some mobility to it and some flexibility, but I certainly can't do the splits. So I'm excited to see how this goes and what kind of challenges Minera gives to us as far as increasing our flexibility.
When you ask me how flexible I am, let's just say I'm not at all. This is going to be an entirely new experience because normally, if I'm in this position, I'm probably staying there for a good long time.
Alrighty,
I
guys.
think it was Ronnie Coleman said, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder.
Oh boy, howdy.
Minnie, I love it.
Fantastic.
Let's go ahead. We'll bring this
Minnie
over.
never disappoints.
Whew. Okay, guys. Awesome. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that intro video that was put together by our very own Yo Uncle Bear. If you guys aren't following him, please do me a favor, shoot him a follow. He did it for free. Well, actually, that's a lie. I paid him in Cheetos and 40s. So please go shoot him a follow. Oh, man, I am ready. I am so excited to get flexible and get loose and be in pain.
Well, you worked out before this.
Oh, no, I'm not looking forward to it. I didn't realize that Holder and Muse, they're incredibly flexible. I thought I was going to be placing top 3. I don't think so now.
I don't know if I'd call myself incredibly flexible, but you know, I'll
What, you guys can't just do this? Not
no,
everybody can do
no.
this?
no,
What?
0% actually.
Oh yeah, I
let's
just
see,
don't do
let's
that
see.
because I don't want to show up Joe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy. That's where it is, guys. Yeah, but I can hold this for a real long time.
Oh, man.
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
So, before we get started, Holder, you look like you're in like a mixed martial arts gym, right?
Yeah.
And you said on your intro that you have a martial arts background. What martial arts have you done?
Yeah, so I mean, when I was a little kid, I started doing karate and judo. I have a black belt in both karate and judo, and I have a few professional cage fights. I used to be a cage fighter back when I was young and stupid, so it's been a kind of a dream of mine to have a house where I'd have enough room to set up a dojo in it. So this is one half of my gym. So this is my MMA studio. You know, I'll take it.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, guys, take notes. Don't mess with Holder.
Nah. I'm a Care Bear.
Oh, you're a Care Bear. Okay.
Is that Fix Bear? Is that the name of that Care Bear?
I'm Grumpy Bear. I'm Grumpy Bear. My power is sadness.
Oh no. Oh, I think one of the few people that actually looks like a bear, Miniature Action Jesus. You know, you've been doing powerlifting for quite a while. We've been fierce competitors and teammates on the powerlifting scene. How did you get into powerlifting? Because that's like something that not a lot of people like to do.
Dumbbell video because I didn't even know what the words meant. And I started trying to follow a bodybuilding program, and it just sucked. It was hard, and it was like I was sore all the time, and I never felt like I was really getting anywhere. And one of the trainers there, he's like, "Oh yeah, I do powerlifting. We can do a free session." He started talking to me about it, and I was like, "Wait a minute! I can come to the gym and lift weights, and not have to suffer with my diet every day, and like just be reasonable and pick up heavy things." I'm like, that's a lot more straightforward for someone like me who can't really grasp doing 15 sets of 15 on stuff and, you know, obnoxious numbers of things.
No, I mean, that's the
I feel
dream,
called
right?
out, Minnie. I feel called out.
I prefer if my reps are in single digits, preferably one hand single digits, and it's like, okay, I can do that. Do that
Yeah.
all day.
Well, counting's hard, right?
It's not even that counting's hard. It's just when you're up to like 17 or 18 lap pull downs, you get bored.
And then Muse. I think Muse here has the most unique fitness profile resume out of all of us. Muse, how did you get into pole fitness?
Pole fitness. Okay. Yeah, I guess like during COVID and quarantine, I kind of like had this moment with myself where I'm just like, I want to start doing stuff that I've always wanted to do that's always intimidated me and just go do it. And that started with indoor rock climbing actually. And once I kind of built my confidence from that space, a few months later, I went to my first pole class. I was so nervous, I thought I was going to puke, but I did it anyway. And I absolutely loved it. And the vibes there with everyone was like so empowering and amazing.
Dragging the rest of us along with it.
And so I just like fell in love with it, started doing it. And I had decided when I was going that if I was going to go do this when I was like scared as shit and wasn't sure about it, maybe other people need to see someone walking through that process. So I started sharing on my Instagram from the very first class I took when I still was awkward. I'm still awkward, but more awkward. And started sharing that from the very first class onward so that, you know, other people could see what it looks like to not have to be perfect from the beginning, because none of us really start perfect from the beginning, but there's that tendency on social media to only share the highlight reel of what we're doing. And so I kind of determined to do that differently. And that's how I got started in it. Now I have a pole in my living room. So here we are.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think it's important to show that, hey, you know, not everybody starts off perfect, right? You can't be, you know, the minis of the world when it comes to powerlifting and just lift 800 pounds right off the bat, right? Like, it's a journey, right? It's Minnie, you're the first person I saw, buddy. I'm sorry.
Sometimes you get lucky.
All right, guys. Nina, would you like to take it away and get us started?
Sure.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. I figured I'd be a little nice, and we're going to start off with some arm stretches. Nothing fancy, nothing scary.
I'm scared.
That's a T-pose, not a stretch.
Oh, sorry.
This is how you establish dominance.
I
Oh
did
God, this
decide.
is revolting.
I did decide, since all of the you know, all the ladies get to wear their yoga equipment, I needed appropriate yoga equipment for tonight.
Here
So
we
let
go.
me
Oh boy.
get this.
Yeah,
Joe,
this is the first time I've ever worn these leggings, so we're gonna see how well they hold up. These are supposed to be squat proof. We're gonna see if they're splits proof. So far, they are.
Oh, the mini burger.
Wonder, dude, I love it. I love it. I love it. The burger himself.
gotta be comfortable.
You've made a very happy indie fit.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see him stretch.
This thing is going to give me so much support. You won't even believe.
So to start off with, we're going to capture an arm across. I like to capture around the wrist because it's going to put more of the pull in the shoulder. If this is too intense, you can capture up around the elbow. Now, the next step to this is kind of go into a side lunge.
Side lunge. Do you lunge to the side you are pulling towards?
Yes.
I feel like I'm in Avatar right now. Like what element am I about to shoot from my hand?
That's definitely a wind pose.
All right. So if you want to just come back up into your triangle and then other arm, other side.
Ooh.
So I have a hard time getting into lunges because of my knee.
It is 1,000 degrees where I'm at. How's everybody else?
Air conditioned, dude. You gotta get one. They're great.
Air conditioning and fans.
Yeah, no air conditioning here, just 95 degrees.
Oh.
All right. So come back up. So we're going to do the tricep stretch. This one's going to be a lot of fun. So, kind of like tricep extensions and grab that elbow.
Oh.
I know it's working because I can hear my shoulder grinding.
So I'm not the only one hearing pops then. Okay.
No.
I have other things that pop later. So I'm actually hypermobile through my hips. So like my left hip pops a lot.
So Nina, with that hypermobility, do you do specific strengthening for that?
I do.
What are some of the exercises you do?
Surprisingly, the big words are hard. McGill Big 3.
Oh, the McGill's Big 3. Okay.
And dead bugs.
Oh, Stuart McGill.
Oh yeah, Stuart McGill.
Stuart.
Other side. So it is important when you're doing tricep stretches, you want to bring your arms back down all the way so that your shoulders go back to the neutral position.
Is it weird that my head wants to explode doing this to this?
Your shin?
I mean, are you squeezing your head?
I mean, I can't get into a position that puts any stretch on my tricep, and trying to do it just feels like I'm like trying to put a really, really weak guillotine on myself.
Oof.
So I imagine this is what it feels like to fight Joe.
I'm a cuddler, man. I will squeeze the heck out of you. The HolderHek out of you.
All right, come down from that. We're going to do a quick little interjection of a foot stretch. So this is going to be fun. You're going to want to put your foot back behind your other one a little bit and kind of push forward as you push down. You don't want to crunch the toes.
Where should I be feeling this one, Nina?
It's actually very targeted at the top of the foot.
Oh, okay.
So I shouldn't be feeling this in my ankle?
You might.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling it like that crease in the top of your foot where it bends.
Yeah.
Just stretch it like crazy.
So for me, it's activated there, but it also rolls down further into the tarsals on the foot.
Muse, how you doing over there? You feeling good?
I'm vibing.
As you come out of that, kind of before you just pick your foot up, draw little circles.
I feel like I'm very indecisive about something. I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of wanna, and then
Yeah, I feel like I'm in an anime and I'm talking to my crush. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. I just maybe do you want to go to prom?
All right, we're gonna do the other foot. Because balance is important in yoga. If you do it on the left side, you gotta do it on the right.
No.
Just like with lifting.
You just pick one and max it out until you're good at it.
Oh gosh, no.
Is that not a thing?
I had a student who was an 8th grade girl who wanted to become an arm wrestler. So she told me she only does 100 curls a day with her right arm.
Smart.
Oh my
Wow.
And I went,
goodness.
and I said, all right, you do you.
Dedication.
So, was she jacked, Minnie? Like,
No,
how buff was she?
no.
Like just the one arm though.
She did nothing but that one arm curl in the gym. That's it.
Oh no.
Y'all, my chat's taunting you. This is fantastic. The amount
Now-
of complaining coming from the fitness streamers, wait till we get past the warm up.
This is tough already, dude. I'm sweating.
Nobody ever said yoga was relaxing.
I think a lot of people actually say that though. I think a lot of people do.
Depends on the type of yoga. Mobility work, not so much. So this next move, you're gonna put your hands behind your back. Your goal is
I'm
to
familiar
reach
with
for
this
your
one.
elbows.
Well, this is the Morpheus. This is the Matrix Morpheus walk.
Oh, you guys had nice childhoods. We're going in the back of the squad car.
So one of the things you might notice is I'm actually pushing my chest forward so that my shoulders roll backwards. Nice little chest stretch.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice stretch on the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
What if I can barely grab my own wrist?
The wrist works
Then
too.
you're
You can
just
also hook
too
your fingers.
swole.
All the swole. Can't contain the swole.
He's becoming a double cheeseburger.
I know you were
Muse,
saying that you're hypermobile, and that's the one thing I have the opposite of. Like, I have the worst shoulder mobility, and everyone sees it. They go, "There's no way you can have that shoulder mobility." I go, "Oh yeah, there's lots of ways."
So when I started doing this move, I was actually barely able to hook two fingers together.
Oh, I see.
And so this is where props come in handy. This is another option.
what is that? What are you holding?
I do
So
have
this
the
is
stick.
just happens to be like a dowel rod that runs off my chair, but you can also use a strap. You can use a t-shirt, a towel. It's just anything to connect point A to point B and create that tension.
I don't got nothing.
So as you relax that down, kind of, if you're able to, hold your hands behind your back. Put your feet about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider apart. And we're going to lean forward. And as we lean forward, those hands are going to come up.
Oh no. Nina, what if you can't bring your arms up?
Is it hurting or just stuck?
It's just stuck. I need help. I need a partner.
Assisted stretches are a thing. Try coming out of it a little bit.
Okay. This is a
So
lot
the
better.
focus on that is it's not. So it kind of stretches the back a little bit. So for me, this actually pops my back. Go ahead and come out of that. That's not one that we hold. But you're either gonna love me or hate me for the next one.
Oh no.
That
Sorry, you shouldn't have heard that.
gonna take that right hand down to the left ankle, and we're gonna twist upwards. So if you pull, if you need to grab your calf, you can grab your calf. But you want to pull on the arm that's down connected to the leg, activating and creating a shoulder stretch.
Oh, I see. Hey, Muse.
So if you can get deep enough into this, it will actually hit your rhombus muscle or rhomboid. Yeah, whatever.
So Muse, since you do pole fitness and it's a pretty like strength and flexibility oriented activity, is this like some of the exercises you do to like warm up?
I think we have some on the docket that are ones that we do in pole fitness to warm up.
Okay. Do we need a pole for that?
Turn you into disco kitties later.
Disco piggies?
Meow.
Yes.
Was that an insult to me?
All right, come down out of that, and we're gonna hold that center stretch for a minute. Give our hamstrings a little hateful love.
Hamstrings are a myth.
So take 2 deep breaths. And then walk that left hand over to the right ankle.
In pole fitness, we do a lot of like active flexibility movements to warm up the hips and wrists and spine primarily.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, that makes sense, right? You have to do a lot of bendy stuff with your spine.
yes, and a lot of grip and like wrist stability is important for the way that you can have different grips on the pole.
So with pole fitness, it's it's kind of like hard on your body, right? You get what's called pole
Absolutely.
kisses, right?
It is everything that looks pretty is pain and suffering.
Facts. All right, come on up.
Whew.
And that was our last standing pose. But guess what that means?
Oh no. What does it mean?
That
I
means
forgot
no
everything
tap
we're
time.
doing.
Time.
We're doing the tree pose?
Yep.
Feeling so limber.
So guys,
get your foot.
with the tree pose, it is going to be a challenge. We're going to hold it for a specific amount of time. Try to hold the position. If you fall out of it, that's a-okay. Just get back into it. But the person that falls the least or stays up the longest is going to get 5 gifted subs from the average Joes. So little incentive here. All right, ready, Nina?
For the record, yoga teacher
First, I
doesn't
have to know what this
default
is.
to it.
What is a tree pose?
So tree pose, and I'm not going to cheat and hold on to my chair there, but as a demonstration,
Oh, okay.
it is a balance challenge. And we can just do random shenanigans and ask fun questions and try not to fall.
Ooh, ah! Okay, so Holder, you said that you fought in the cage a few times. Is there videos online that you would like to share or have shared?
So, I don't want to give away my age too much because I think it's ridiculous, but I fought in an era before smartphones. So I do have some videos, but they're like 600 by 800 shaky cam.
Oh.
And it's mostly just my friend barely taping the stage, screaming, "Rip his head off." But I do have a couple of them.
Oh God, this is so hard. Hey, Holder, what's that behind you? Look really quick. You're too steady,
What's
buddy.
that behind me? Oh, see, that's a heavy bag. And then that's also a laser light.
I'm going to give Joe the benefit of the doubt. It's California.
Yep,
you never know when the ground's going to shake.
Yeah, I got earthquakes, guys.
All right, I give up.
Dude. Oh.
So Minnie, you have all the kabuki bars.
Yes.
Which one's your favorite?
Tough. I think the one bar that I have that everyone should have is the Transformer bar. It's basically a safety squat bar.
You had it.
So it lets you adjust your angle of where the plates are in relation to you, how close or far away they are, and it gives you handles. You can actually balance the bar on your back without your hands, and my arch is collapsing, so I'm stepping off that foot.
All right.
That foot hurts.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna say HolderHek's already getting points for me because bouncing around in circles with that is not easy.
Yeah, actually,
I'm
this camera
very
froze.
flexible, I can tell you that. But when it comes to balance, I'm pretty okay.
Yeah, you and Muse are kind of crushing it.
Yeah.
Muse is wobbling a little bit, so her camera's not frozen.
She's actually just turned off her camera.
So that's what Max is doing there. He's strategic cameraman.
So, HolderHek, from that position, can you do the crane kick since you're a black belt in karate?
The crane kick's a kung fu move, but yes,
Oh.
that would require me to take my foot off the ground though, and then I would lose. But there,
Cheating time.
Bummer.
You can't trick me. Oh fuck!
Oh,
I got too
oh.
excited. I got too excited.
Muse, make sure to breathe, okay? We don't want you passing out on stream.
My butt cheeks are straight.
If we need to call 911, I have her address if we need it.
I think you guys did a phenomenal job, both of you. Yeah, good stuff. You ready to move on, Nina? You two win.
Yeah.
Man.
Show offs. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you guys feel any better, the rest of this is going to be on the ground.
It makes me feel a lot better.
Good job. Okay, what the hell are we doing?
So we're going to go into tabletop, also known as stacked pose.
Oh, let me test something.
Oh, tabletop.
So with this pose, you want to make sure that your shoulders are over your hands and your hips should be over your knees. Also, my students are warning you that the ground is not better and don't be lulled into a false sense of security.
No, this is way better. The heat is not here. Heat rises.
It's not. I'm closer to the cool ground.
So we're going to start with cat-cows, and I'm pretty sure that all of you know how to do cat-cows, but for those who don't, you want to arch your spine outwards, pressing down into the ground. I like to rock my cat-cows forward and back because it moves the stretch.
Oh, hey, lumbar mobility. What's that?
Ooh.
And we're going to take time alternating, but then you'll also want to bring your chest forwards, arching the spine downward into our cow pose.
So, Nina, why is it called cow pose?
Because you have to moo when you do it.
Oh.
Wait.
Moo.
Does that mean it's like Moo Moo Meadows? Because that's also the rules of Mario Kart.
Oh.
I feel like during the entire, I'm gonna see. Wait, I have to yell into the mic. I feel like in the entire range of motion of this, my spine is moving like half an inch. Not
How
going
are you
anywhere.
able to push and arch out backwards? Like, actually, like really push it out. Like, try to look like a scared cat, like you're doing a really bad deadlift.
So
That's easy. That's just every deadlift.
Oh, damn it, Minnie. I was going to say that. Yeah, I'm jealous of Nina and Muse right now. You guys have great flexibility on the cat-cow. It is wild. Is this something you guys practice like quite a bit?
Daily.
Daily, okay.
This is part of my everyday stretch routines. Because I used to have a lot of lower back problems.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the yoga is pretty good for stuff like that, right? Trying to get your back moving, help fix lower back pain, mid-back pain.
So is losing weight.
Yeah, definitely, right? Less weight to carry.
All right. So our next movement is one of Muse's favorites. And we're going to teach you guys the Disco Kitty, which is in fact a pole warm-up, but it's great hip mobility.
The Disco Kitty. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You gotta really embrace it. Just embrace it. Your inner pole dancer.
Okay. So basically, you're going to stay in your tabletop, and you're going to draw circles with your chest. And you want to arch. So basically, like when you're down in the bottom, you want to be in the cow arching. When you're up at the top, you want to be in cat.
So you're being that gif with like Shaq and the cat, except
yeah.
You're the cat. Okay.
This is too much. Too many moving parts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be doing push-ups. Like I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, do you bend your arms? You do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And so when you really start getting into it, your hips will go opposite
I see.
your body. And it creates a delicious hip stretch.
Yeah, it might be coincidence, but Minnie's nickname in college was Disco Kitty.
Yeah, I gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, I was just gonna say with this specific movement, I feel like I should be charging extra. Like I don't know.
So make sure that you do both sides because yoga's all about balance.
Oh,
So if you go to the left, you got to go to the right.
oh, the right
Same
is
thing as
hard.
you pull. You can't just spin using one arm.
I want to make a comment, but I'm going to hold that one.
Go ahead and just DM it to me, okay, Minnie?
Just let it out.
This is hard.
I feel like the last time I did something like this, I was like getting ready to throw up.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right. So I'm going to be nice and give you guys a little bit of a warning. This next stretch, don't hate me. So,
Oh God.
in our tabletop,
Okay.
we're
I'm
going to take
watching.
one hand, turn your fingers towards you. Palm flat on the mat, just one hand. I don't recommend doing both.
Here,
And
I'll
I'm
get
going
this
to
one.
balance with my other one. Now, once you're secure, lean backwards. You want to make sure that that palm stays connected on the ground, though.
Ooh. So this is obviously like a forearm and wrist stretch.
Oh, yes.
What if this is too intense for you? What's a way to modify it?
Come out of it and stay up top in the tabletop.
Oh, and just stay there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is one that you use your body weight to control the intensity.
Yeah, I was just asking that question because I saw Muse struggling over there, and I didn't want her to be embarrassed.
Oh, such struggle.
All right, come up. And so we're going to kind of leave our fingers on the mat and draw some little circles.
So ideally, you're not putting much weight on that supinated arm.
Correct. So that's why both arms are down and we're only turning one wrist at a time so that the other hand becomes support.
Gotcha. Explains why that hurt.
But we're going to do the other hand now.
So bring the fingers back.
Mm-hmm. So palm on the mat, and then your fingers should be towards your body.
Ooh, buddy.
Is one side tighter for you, Minnie?
Well, my hands usually don't move that far unless there's something tragic happening.
Yeah, my wrists usually go the other way.
I mean, it's funny you should say that.
Like seeing my wrist in this position, it's like I think I'm thinking back to those first aid class slides that they always show you. Like,
Yeah.
well, this is the person who got their hand blown up by a firecracker.
What is
Come out of
wrong with
that.
the person in this situation?
Use a hamburger.
The next move, so go ahead and come out and roll that wrist up. This next one's going to be a lot of fun. So now we're going to palm up with the left hand.
Okay.
And do not be surprised if you can't lean back as far.
Wait, palm up? Oh, palm up. I'm stupid. Hand towards the ceiling. Okay.
Yes. But fingers still pointed towards you.
Okay. I got it.
Interesting.
This
Okay.
seems like something you would do in an anime. Like, all right, do push-ups from this position.
Oh god, that would be awful.
You'll see people doing push-ups like this. Like this is kind of like a cool human trick. It's not one I possess.
Wait,
All right,
can you do it?
No, I cannot at all.
That just seems like it would be a really bad idea on your forearms. All right,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and do the right hand as well.
Ooh. So Nina, is it pretty common to have like one side way tighter than the other?
Absolutely. Dominant side.
Dominant side's the tighter side?
Yep.
That makes sense. All right.
Which is fun because when it comes to your dominant leg, for me at least, it works in reverse. So like I'm right-handed, so obviously my right arm is the dominant arm, but my left leg is my dominant leg because it's a balance point.
Huh.
All
I
right.
guess that makes sense.
Come out of that.
Oh.
Hey, Upside, you guys made it. You get to sit on your butts now.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh. My mats are.
How tight would you guys rank your quads?
The tightest.
I don't know. I think my quads are actually pretty loosey goosey. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm not sure I know what a quad feels like. I know they're there. I just don't ever like feel them.
Well, that's about to change. So,
I love how
I'm
Minnie's
gonna
doing
sit
this on a
down.
deadlift
I'm gonna-
platform.
Hey man, this is all I got.
No, it's very on brand.
There's a couple of options for where you can put your leg with this one. The important thing is no matter where your leg is at, your knee stays connected to the ground.
Okay.
So I have tucked my foot up by me.
Oh.
So you can also do what Holder's doing and come further out. This will also hit a little bit of inner groin and a little bit of the glute medius. Or alternatively, you can leave your foot up here, leg straight, and you can lean backwards.
Nah, that seems terrible.
So I'm going to preface this by I don't think my legs can go flat forward in front of me and my other leg go out to the side at all. I think this is like the extent. Ready? If I keep this leg straight,
Uh-huh.
I have to roll over on my side.
Hey, there you go.
And I can get this one way the heck back there, but I cannot get this one knee up.
Yeah. So this one, your straight leg really doesn't matter what it's doing. The important part is you want to keep the bent knee on the ground, because if it's traveling upwards, you're not getting the stretch.
Gotcha.
So is the end goal to look like Muse over here? She looks like she's completely flat.
Yep, which is what I'm trying to do, but I put a bench in the way like a genius.
Huh. Wait, so Nina, we had a question from a viewer, Snow Day Sarah. She was asking, what would you recommend to get better at doing the splits?
That is a great question. So first thing I'm going to mention to that is, first of all, swap through. Second of all, you can't just work one muscle, because your muscles work in conjunction and against each other. So for splits, you need to work your hip flexors, your adductors and abductors, the quads, and the hamstrings.
So would this be like a pretty good exercise then for that, since it's like quads and hip flexors?
This is absolutely one of them. So my normal stretch class sequence that we do, I have a flow that runs through a runner's lunge into a half split. It's called half splits pose, which is a very intense hamstring stretch.
Okay.
That will not only target the primary muscles, but it also works the secondaries and gets down into those tendons.
Huh.
We're actually going to kind of go over some of the stuff for that. But yes, half splits, also known as monkey pose, is fantastic for working splits. It is important that you work both legs in front and back, because again, you're going to be tighter on one side than the other. As for working center splits, that's going to be seated straddle and pancaking.
So kind of like what Holder's doing right now, right? That's the seated straddle?
That's this. But yes.
Yeah. This is as far as I can go, though.
So this thing we're doing now, it feels like, to me, I don't know if I'm feeling it right then. but it feels like 50% of a 90-90.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever.
Yeah. So 90-90 is also known as deer-legged pose. So you create the 90-degree angle with one leg, 90-degree angle with the other, and you can lean over in the various directions.
Gotcha. So it is. So I am feeling it right then.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize we're doing another pose.
So I apologize, this one does not flow very well. So your end goal is to make this shape. It is a triangle. You're going to be on one knee, one leg forward. The important part to get this activation is you want to flex your toes. So they need to be straight out instead of pointed. So if this is intense, you can also go forward with it, because this is how I train my splits.
Oh. Is the goal to get the back of your legs to the mat?
Mm-hmm. You can also lean backward with it, which stretches more of the hamstring. Not that kind of backward, but backward, Joe.
Wait, this backwards? Wait, this backwards?
No. So instead of having the straight up, scoot your butt back, but keep the leg straight.
Oh, I see. Like sit back onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not happening. So Minnie and I, we come from the powerlifting camp, right? And him and I seem to be struggling the most on flexibility. My question's for you, Minnie. How important do you think flexibility is for powerlifting?
A lot less. I was watching a video the other day, and the guy was saying that like for powerlifting, he was talking specifically about the people who stretch for a long period of time before they go do stuff, and he's like, the thing is with powerlifters is you need a certain level of tightness. Like if you are too flexible, you are at risk of putting yourself into awkward positions with maximal weights. Yeah. But if you want a little bit of tightness to keep you from like bombing the squat into the hole, or sinking your bench, or getting in a bad position on a deadlift pull.
That makes sense.
But you don't want this much. This is just slacking for 30 some odd years.
So you want mobility, not necessarily flexibility.
Yeah, and it's not like a bad thing to have. But when you watch people who stretch a lot before they go do a competition, I was talking with a woman at my last competition. It was her first meet, and she was a very flexible, person who does yoga a couple times a week and stretches every day. And she bombed out of the meet because she got to the bottom of the squat and went too deep for where she was for the weight she needed. So she could not get out of the hole because she had that flexibility to get down there, but not the strength to get out of it.
Yeah, I will say that actually brings up a really important point that I kind of soapbox on sometimes on the static stretches, extended static stretches before heavy workouts are not the best move. There's actually been a lot of studies now saying that you lose your explosive power, and I think it's like up to 30%. So before heavy weightlifting, not a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot. Like when I'm training like athletes and stuff, like we do like a dynamic warm up. So we'll do like walking lunges with like high kicks or something like that. But we'll never, ever, ever stretch before. I have people stretch after, because for the exact same reason. You could get hypermobile, whatever. You could hurt yourself weightlifting, or you're just not going to be as strong.
So speaking of, our next pose is a pigeon pose.
Pigeon.
Sorry, Muse.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you're going to have one knee out in front of you.
So where do these names come from?
Pigeon's a bird.
Yeah, but I've seen quite a few birds in my days, and I don't remember many of them looking like this unless they were in front of a truck on the highway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Listen, I don't know the Sanskrit names outside of Savasana. That takes work, and I applaud people who memorize them. So if you want to make this a little more intense, by the way, lean further forward.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, Minnie, obviously, like when I think of pigeon, I think of this. So I just feel like you need to figure it out.
It's kind of spot on.
Yeah, I feel more like a chicken wing than a pigeon right now.
So what you're saying is you don't want the next 2 levels for this. Because
Well,
believe it or not, this is still level 1.
I will watch the next 2 levels, but yeah, ain't nothing happening here on those 2.
This is level 2. This is called full pigeon.
What?
That's a cramp. Fuck.
Oh, dude, no way.
So the third option for this is introducing the core challenge, and that is no hands.
What?
Jesus.
What the heck? Dude.
That is so hard.
So this is actually a really juicy quad stretch.
Oh. I think I might be broken. As I reach back, like sciatica just kicks in and cramps.
Oh, no.
Gotta figure out how to get. That's one of those ones I was trying to get out of it, and I couldn't get out of it. I'm like, well, I'm just stuck here for a minute.
I am permanently a pigeon.
Yeah.
Other side.
You're gonna have to
Bird's life
rebrand,
for
Minnie.
me.
So it's also worth noting with pigeon that the stretch in the hamstring in the hip flexor changes depending on where your foot's at. So the closer you come out to it being straight in front of you versus tucking it in and creating an arrow might pull some of the intensity out.
Oh, for the lead leg?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm getting a lot of it like piriformis.
Yep.
Like, butt muscles.
Good. That's where you're supposed to get it.
If I tell you where I'm feeling it, you're gonna be confused.
Oh,
maybe
now I
not.
gotta know.
Believe it or not, at one point I could not move.
I'm feeling it in my adductors.
Yeah?
And like all the way down the inside of the thigh to the knee. I don't know what that part of the quad area is, but I'm just feeling it right there on the foot.
Okay. It could be because your foot's further back, or like towards the groin versus being out, squared out.
Yeah, it ain't going any farther forward. Oh boy.
Oh man. I
missed my foot. No.
I can keep doing that. I'm doing something else now. Forget that shit. Oh, I was feeling like such a butt cramp doing that. My God.
So Nina, if we're getting cramps while doing this, would you recommend that we do these more, like throughout the week, or what's up?
Absolutely. More stretching, more water.
More water, yeah. So more or less pre-workout.
Let me go grab my
pre-workout if you mix it
real
as
quick.
water.
I need to hydrate.
Yeah.
Well, I always carry my little 20-ounce bottle everywhere.
All right.
Is that full of water or is that vodka, Minnie?
I mean, little of column A, mostly column B. Oh, why do you think I'm so sweaty?
Right. You get to sit on your butts now, and like stay on your butts.
Yay! Oh. Whew. Hey, Muse, you're kind of crushing this right now.
Taking a nap.
I'm surprising myself, but my hamstrings definitely feel tight, and there's definitely one side of my body that is cooperating a lot better than the other.
I mean, to be honest, you did level 3 of the pigeons pose, and it looked effortless for you.
It didn't feel effortless. I felt more like dying pigeon.
Dying pigeon, okay.
Like it was my final heroic moment right before death. Pretty close.
She felt like the pigeon Minnie was mentioning earlier, the under the truck pigeon.
Yeah.
So we talked about this one earlier. This is our seated straddle,
Oh boy.
Oh,
and we're
All
gonna
right,
do some
camera.
pancakes.
Yeah, I gotta be
This
careful
is
I don't
where I
flash
come.
anyone.
This is why I put the widescreen lens on today.
So, as you lean forward, do not round and hunch your back. You actually want to bring your chest down.
Oh. So keep it elongated, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is all hamstring, right?
This is hamstring, inner groin.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
So
Do you
I
want
gotta.
our toes pointed or flexed?
Right now, it doesn't matter. We're actually going to do some toe stretches with the calves and some points and flexes here in a few minutes.
Are we supposed to like touch anything? I can't reach for anything.
So it's just kind of coming up and coming down as you feel necessary, because not everybody can just like chill out and nap like this.
Oh, speak for yourself. Okay.
I'm so
So-
relaxed right now. What are you even talking about?
This is really good for hip mobility. I will say a alteration that I have started teaching to some of my lifter students is to do this sitting on the bench with their knees bent, spread completely wide, and still doing the pancakes. So it's like a seated good morning.
The old Ben Rice special.
I was just
But
about to
it
say that. Yeah, Ben Rice does it.
It pulls the hamstrings out of the equation so that you still get the hip work for it.
break.
All right. So, toe flexes. I am going to take my hands and I'm going to put them up under my knees just because that's what is comfortable for me. You guys can put your hands wherever. But it also allows me to kind of get my calves up off the ground and get my heels off the ground. And alternate between pointing and flexing your toes.
Oh, so you're pulling up on your legs then?
Mm-hmm. So my heels are not on the ground. Calves might be, but heels are not. Whew, high cramp.
I feel like I need someone behind me, like pushing me forward. Anybody else feel that way?
Yes.
So
Someone
if
can
you
be the
ever-
wall.
Yes, you can use a wall. You can also use a band around that nice little fancy rack and pull yourself forward.
This is all CGI. I'm actually not in a gym right now.
Yeah. He's in his living room right now. He's sitting on a green screen.
Yeah.
Gosh, if I would have known that, I would have streamed from Joe's gym today.
All right, draw some circles inward. Because ankle mobility is actually really important, especially for lifting and for MMA. Go the other direction.
So Holder, for your MMA and like more of your like martial arts themed workouts, do you have like a dedicated like stretching mobility routine, or do you just get the mobility from perform the actual like kicks and punches?
Yeah, so mobility and stretching in general is like my biggest weakness when it comes to any of this. I just never make time to do enough of it. So I'll
Mhm.
do a very, very half-assed like dynamic warm-up where again, like I'll do some like walking lunges and some frog jumps and stuff like that. But I'll do some it's like ballistic stretching where I'll just swing my leg up really high a bunch of times in a row and then to the side, and that's basically it.
Awesome.
All right, we're gonna come into our hurdler stretch. So for that, you want to bring one foot as close to the inner groin as you can. So that might be at the knee, it might be at the thigh. And so keep your hips straight. And we're going to come over at it from the side and bring that top arm over. And there's a reason for that instead of just coming straight at it.
Wait, what?
So instead of facing the leg with the body, you want to keep the body facing forward and lean over on the side. The
That's
reason for that
wild.
is it's the introduction of a hip stretch and into the back and a side stretch
Again,
because you can
you
get your
have to
obliques this way.
imagine everything as you are in Avatar. So watch me, right?
I'm gonna launch a boulder at you. Yeah. So, Minnie, we got a question again from chat for you. It's from Dr. Coach Wes. I don't know how appropriate this is, and you can answer it any way you want. But he wanted me to ask you specifically, what does that mouth do? He said you would know.
I love Twitch chat. I love Twitch chat. My fucking god.
First off, it tells Wes that if he ever comes back to California, I'm going to come out there and I'm going to just destroy him in the ring. He may be a teacher of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he's never felt the 400-pound man starfish technique.
Oh gosh.
All you gotta do is get top control, spread those arms and legs out, and hope he can't bench you off.
I mean, I think that's a pretty good attack, right?
Could definitely
No
see
weight
that
class
working
in the
out.
jungle.
I also had a question for Minnie from my chat from IndieFit
Uh-oh.
on when you're stretching, do you become a smash burger?
Yeah. I mean, especially if you don't put the dimple in the middle first. You gotta smash it down so it doesn't turn into a big ball like this. Oh, guess none of y'all cook though. I know Joe doesn't.
What?
Ooh, interesting.
Minnie, I'm on your team, okay, buddy?
I'm
Don't
just
target
saying.
me.
I'm just saying. I know y'all don't grill out there in California. It's like banned because it's a carcinogen.
Dude, the last time I tried to grill in my condo, I smoked out my house and then the two houses above me. They don't allow me to grill anymore.
Oh no.
All right.
Ugh.
Butterfly.
Oh, this one's nice.
The soles of the feet together.
So, Muse, I got a question for you from chat as well, or rather from one of our Instagram messages. They were asking, how does one go about getting into pole fitness if there's no pole fitness classes or gyms where they're at?
Question. The important thing is to first, like, just because you see like it on YouTube or on TikTok or something, don't like just go yeeting yourself towards a pole. But there are some like more reputable actual instructors that either one, you could do private lessons via like a video platform with an instructor that can watch your form, which I think is really important if you're a beginner, because there is a lot to of nuance in making sure that your grip is correct when you're on the pole, that you are have your hands in the correct spaces so that when you start spinning, you're not going to fly off. And those are things that you don't necessarily notice as much just from like a YouTube tutorial. So if they have access to doing like video lessons with an instructor, that would be ideal if they don't have a studio. And also making sure that they purchase a quality pole versus just one off of Amazon, because it should be viewed as like a piece of fitness equipment. You don't want a crappy bar. You don't want a crappy pole either. You are having to rely on it with your entire body when you're spinning around, when you're upside down. So you want to make sure you really invest in it to make sure it's a sturdy, safe piece of equipment.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense, right? You don't want that thing bending or breaking on you when you're upside down, right?
No. No.
All right. So come into a gentle cross-legged position.
Crisscross
Whatever is
applesauce.
comfortable. Yes.
This feels great, guys.
I wouldn't say that. So take your left hand to your right knee, and you kind of want to like hold on to your leg, and you're going to use it as a balance point. You bring your other arm up and lean away.
What?
So again, we're gonna talk Avatar here, and like think arms, like you're making a giant circle. We got the water bending going on here.
Like the movie.
How dare you, Minnie? Don't bring that up.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what he said. Like those words do not exist.
How do
that
you
was
mess it
actually
up
when I
that bad?
decided that I have the worst taste in movies. When I watched that movie, I'm like, it's not that bad.
Oh.
Everybody else hated it. I'm like,
And then
oh,
you
okay.
watch the anime
I
and
shouldn't
you're
have an
like,
opinion.
oh god, this is awful.
I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have an opinion. Okay, that's fine.
Holder, did you also like the Dragon Ball Evolution movie?
Okay, no.
Okay.
No one
Okay,
liked
he's
that movie.
saved. Saved.
No one liked
you
that movie.
mean the It Girl Chi-Chi? No.
They called him
Also, I'm
Giku.
sorry, Emmy Rossum should not have ever played Bulma. Ever. No. You do not take the woman who played Christine in the Phantom of the Opera and shove her in an anime live action. It did not work.
So bad.
I mean, they did that with Scarlett Johansson and made the superior Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, but she doesn't do musicals. All right, we're gonna swap through. So right hand to the left knee.
She did the Prestige with Hugh Jackman, so that's close enough.
Yeah, she also did.
Prestige was good.
Prestige was so good.
How intercostals actually exist.
So Nina, as I'm doing this, I'm realizing, how tight my intercostal muscles are, and it's kind of hard to breathe. Is that normal?
Yeah, that's why breath is so important with yoga, because a lot of times with the discomfort, you breathe through it.
I see.
But it's also important to know the difference between discomfort and pain. Because with pain, we stop.
Yeah, with powerlifting, it's all pain. Right, Minnie?
Yeah. Especially if you're one of those, like, hook grip sadists out there who are like, oh, yeah, smash that thumb.
Yeah, pain just means you're doing it right, as far as I know. That's what I know about powerlifting. Like, oh, if it hurts, you're probably doing it right. Keep going, add more weight.
Yeah, ain't wrong.
So we have one more seated stretch, and then we're gonna lay down on our backs after our challenge.
Yay!
So this one's kind of fun. Okay. I'm not gonna jump straight into the spicy. I'm going to walk you guys through how to get into this, because I don't know that you guys are going to be able to get into the final form for this one. So this is called fire log pose. Your first option is to stay here in a hurdler stretch. Your second option is a very, very loose cross-legged position. So the top leg is out a little bit further. Now, if you want to try and get into the final pose, that's entirely up to you. With that, you keep your leg straight in front of you, and the other leg goes on top, and it's foot to knee, knee to foot.
I'm confused. Hold on. So it's like,
Yes.
Wait, so you're just bringing this on top? Oh no.
Yeah. So a foot is on my knee and a knee is on my foot.
So what happens if our knees are on our knees? Because I did that first, and I was like, wait, I had it like. Look at
so that
this.
is called shoelace pose.
Okay. Like.
He's killing us out here.
So if you want to add to this stretch, lean forward.
Nah.
Yeah, add to it. That's what I want to do.
Can I divide?
This is so easy. There's like 10 feet between my knee and my foot. Obviously, I want to add to this.
Hey, there's no shame in knees flying high. It just means you got tight hip flexors.
Oh.
Well, this is the only one I can do that doesn't feel like I'm dying.
We found your pose, man. You got to max out on it.
Actually, Minnie, I think you might like our challenge. I think you might like the challenge for the same reason I like our challenge pose.
Uh-oh.
Listen, there are not many fitness moves where having obstacles is a benefit. This is one of them.
Oh. We doing the other side?
Yep.
Oh God.
So Joseph,
I
when
hate
you
this.
squat, how far out do your knees go on your squat? Because I feel like my knees go really, really far out, and that really feels like this, but loaded.
Okay. So, God, this sucks. By the way.
It really sucks. Yeah, I hate this actually. I feel like I'm gonna tear my PCL.
So with my squats, I take a shoulder or slightly shoulder outside of my shoulder width stance, and then when my knees, I track my knees over my 4th/5th toe. So my knees are pretty open, but this is way further than what I'm normally doing.
Well, the reason I ask is because, like, this feels like, what is it? This is eternal rotation, right, Joe?
This
Internal
is
rotation.
internal rotation.
Mhm.
Yeah, so whenever I squat, my toes are like super far out like that.
Mhm.
So if you look at where I am, they're like a 45-degree angle. Like my heels make a 90 in the middle, and my knees go that way.
Oh.
So I have a lot of internal rotation, but my external rotation is absolute trash.
Yeah, your external is what you need though for squats.
So,
No.
Minnie, to kind of reinforce you, I squat the same way.
Yeah.
No.
Also, one of my students just said the words "this sucks" is one of the nicest things you can say to me in the context of stretching.
Whew.
All right, you guys ready for the next challenge?
Oh, sure. Okay.
It's all gonna be okay, I promise.
Just close your eyes and count to 10. All right, so this challenge is going to be kind of a, who's gonna bail out? I'm gonna assume that I'm automatically exempt from this because this is a nap pose for me. But we're gonna go into frog. So the easiest way to get into this is go back into that tabletop, and you're gonna let your hips slide open. You're gonna make two 90-degree angles with your knees, flex your toes.
Oh,
Yeah,
So you want to make like a square U with your toes flexed out.
Oh, I see.
So do my hips have to touch the ground for this to be legal, or what?
Hips, no, but your feet need to be apart.
Okay. I feel like I'm getting ready to learn how to twerk.
I mean, if you had her way.
So this is level 2 is twerking then.
Yeah, I think this is level 2. This allows the ass meat to jiggle freely.
You just throw that thing in a circle.
Yeah, now we're gonna do what's called the ass disco kitty, everyone. Just spin that shit in a circle.
Work it around.
So this is frog, by the way.
You know, this is actually not too bad.
I love frog, and for those of us that have more padding in the stomach, it helps.
Yeah, I feel like because I can't put my hips on the ground. I'm basically just doing like a mini plank. It's like, okay.
Hey, Minnie, you okay, buddy? I haven't seen you moved in a while.
He's asleep, bro.
Yeah, like I said, for some of this,
He's taking a nap, dude.
Minnie, you're officially joining with me on the Nap and Frog Pose Club.
But Minnie, you okay, buddy?
Yeah, like for real, are you actually okay?
Because,
dude, he is fucking with us right now.
Because Oh God. Well, guys, this is gonna make a great clip. If Minnie
Yeah.
did die on stream.
Manny.
Wait, buddy, are you okay?
Oh, Jesus, he really was asleep. God, you got us thinking you're dead, bro. Come on. You can't do that.
Oh
My heart is
man.
happy.
Can't rest. My hip flexors are like too tight to rest on the ground.
Okay.
I think. Not that they weren't also screaming, but the shoulders screamed the loudest.
Yeah, I was getting a pretty good core workout with that mini plank. I was like, this is not too bad. It's great.
Yeah, so I'm completely relaxed right now.
Yeah, I've
I am
actually
not feeling tension or flexing anywhere.
I think I've actually gotten to the point where I can lay flat too. So good night, everybody. I'll see you later.
I think that's called starfish pose.
My knees are still bent though. They're still a little bent. I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't care. I'm done. Fuck this.
I think we finally found the stretch that Minnie likes.
Oh.
I'm still convinced that Minnie might actually be blacking in and out. Poor buddy.
All right, we have our last two stretches. I'm actually going to spin around so that I can see the TV a little bit easier. Hey, I didn't break anybody. Do you feel recharged after that nice nap?
I mean, it's 95 degrees, so I can't be that recharged. It basically feels like I just got, I'm 12 riding my bike and I fell off and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm laying in the road now for the next hour.
Hour?
We honestly thought you were dead. So yeah, good job.
All right. Hey, that means there's only one more pose challenge left. Guys, you've almost made it.
Oh, I like this one. This one's good.
Yeah, you get to lay on your back. Oh, I wouldn't say that. You're going to hate me here in a minute. So, bring a foot straight up. And this is going to be, I'm actually going to turn, so hopefully you guys can see. Bring your toes inward. This is called sickle foot. It is an outer calf stretch.
If anyone's curious about the anatomy, you're stretching out your fibularis longus, brevis, and tertius. So
I did
Sure that's not just called the calf.
Today, I learned.
Sure that's not just called outer calf.
I'm paying a lot of money for my doctorate degree. I have to flex it every now and then.
Joe, you've seen my username. There ain't no muscle on me called longus anywhere.
He's got tiny muscles.
Just the
Let
smallest.
that go. So I tend to not hold that one for too long. But I'm going to come down, and as I come down, I'm going to make a figure 4. And I'm going to hold that foot, and I'm going to plop down to the side. Keeping shoulders on the mat.
Going
And
down
I know
to
Joe
where
knows how to do this one because I've made him do it before.
This one's
It's called
great.
the triangle choke, actually.
This is my most favoriteest piriformis stretch ever.
Yeah, this one's great because like you also get your lower back in it. It just goes pop, 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 and then releases. Hey, Holder, you said that this is the triangle choke. Do you do jujitsu as well on top of all the other martial arts?
Yeah, I've been doing jujitsu since like 2008 or something like that.
Oh, snap.
Oh, wow.
I just started doing it again after like a 6-year break. And boy howdy, it's difficult.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I took a multi-year break, and then I came back very recently, and I can still roll fairly effectively, but I forgot all the names and the transitions, and everybody's 20 years younger than me, and I hate it.
Yeah. Everybody's younger, more flexible, better looking. Like, it just sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Isn't it kind of funny how stereotypical, Joe, the powerlifting to jujitsu pipeline is these days?
Yeah, it makes sense though, right? Because jujitsu is a very, if you're doing gi in particular, it's a very slow.
I think jujitsu is great for power lifters too, because then you're just
Come back up.
grabbing people and using them as your weight.
Yeah, definitely.
So come back up and come back to center, and we're gonna kind of windshield wiper our legs back and forth for a minute.
We're gonna
So
what?
one of the guys local to me, the guy I told you about before, Joe, he's 800-pound equipped bencher.
Yeah.
And he just retired because he's a stay-at-home dad. His wife is a doctor, and so he stays home, takes care of the kids, and would just go lift in his free time, and then go crush people in competition. Well, then he started doing jujitsu since he retired, and he's like, "Yeah, people don't realize whenever they're like, all right, I'm gonna get top control. I want you to try to get me off." And he's like, "Oh, I bench 600 pounds. Yeet!" Just chucking people.
Yeah, it's when you can bench that much weight, it's very little you can do to stay on top of someone.
So we're gonna do the sickle foot stretch now on the other foot.
There's this guy that I sort of follow on like TikTok and Instagram. I think he used to play like professional football or something, and he had this kind of meme where he was talking about jujitsu, how you can't tap him out because he's too strong. And then he went to a jujitsu school, and he's like, "Look, this is a 160-pound man," and the guy gets him in a full arm bar, and he just curls the dude, Turkish gets up the dude, and then shot puts him across the room. He's like, "I won't be able to tap this guy out, but he can't tap me out, I promise you."
There. When you're ready, come into that figure 4 and just over to the side.
Nina and Muse, do you guys do any type of like self-defense martial arts? I've done that in the past.
No, not at all.
I haven't in a long time. So I grew up in a military family,
Ooh.
and I was taught hand-to-hand combat from a young age. So one of the reasons I'm wanting to lose weight is so that I can start taking like Muay Thai and Krav Maga.
Ooh. Muay Thai is solid. Like that's such a good striking martial art.
Well, so so fun fact about me, I also have very young siblings, 12 and younger. One of them is a baby sister, and my dad was like, "Oh, I'm gonna enroll her in karate," and I was like, "Just do me a favor and like enroll her in something like judo when she's in middle school."
Yeah, like
And
it's so
my dad was like,
important.
"Why?"
Like I'm a big fan of everybody learning some type of martial art. I think it's just good, like just from a physical standpoint, but also like learning how to defend yourself and defuse situations. Super, super important. But jujitsu in particular has always been one of my favorite things because anybody can do it, and then anybody can destroy anybody, and it makes it fun and exciting.
Oh. All right. So we're gonna lay flat on our backs. I am gonna set a timer, and it is time for our final challenge. So who can tell me what Savasana is?
Is that like one of the places on like the wheel of birth and redeath? Like, is that? Never mind.
So Savasana, also known as corpse pose, is our final resting pose. So typically speaking, you want to lay in a neutral pose with your hands palm up. Slow, deep, shallow breathing, or slow, shallow breathing, not deep breathing, excuse me. and you want to let your mind just be. But no moving, no talking. 60 seconds. You guys ready?
Yes. Minnie, what are you doing over there?
Damn it.
I think I have ADHD, guys.
His name is John Cena!
So, not to be concerning, guys, but we lost Minnie.
Oh God. Where did whose stream had the "He is John Cena" sound that went off?
That
almost
was
made me
mine.
lose it.
I forgot to
Oh
turn
my
all
God.
those off. Oh.
Oh, good God.
Do we think we're gonna get Minnie back?
Minnie
Nah.
Minnie may have died this time, actually. Real talk.
You put him in the corpse pose for real.
Oh, he's back.
Hey!
Hey.
This was just the ghost of Minnie.
He's like,
Yeah, I mean, his
"Ooh."
stream's back, but he's not. Oh, there he is.
Hi, Minnie.
So, checking the chats, we got another question for all of the powerlifters from Trombonist. Does the tightness hamper you in your everyday activities, like reaching to grab an object or having a twist, like to twist to quickly grab like an excited dog or something? When we were talking about like the needed stuff for powerlifting.
Yeah, so for me personally, in terms of like picking things up off the ground or reaching for things up over my head, like my mobility is not that bad where it's going to hamper my activities of daily life. What I really get hampered on is twisting, because in powerlifting you don't twist. You actually don't want to twist. You actively fight against it. So trying to reach, like if I'm in the car and there's something in the back seat, good luck. That thing is dead to me. Because I cannot reach back and grab something. What about you, Minnie? Or you okay,
I see
Minnie?
the mouth moving, but I hear no audios. You're muted.
Joe, quit breaking my stuff.
Well, stop saying bad things about me.
But like trying to reach behind me is a big problem, and this is something that I've talked with a few people about. That's one thing I use these sticks for. Is like I cannot get my hand there, 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 there. So I've been trying to use the sticks to do like the stick mobility stuff, but for everything else, 99% of the time, if something's behind me, I can just turn around and get it. Even this last year, I've been having really, really, really bad leg pain for 2 years now. And just the end of the school year, I noticed I didn't have it anymore. And like when like a kindergartner comes running up and want to tell me one of their billion year-long stories, I can crouch down and talk to them, but I don't like struggle to get back up. So it's like I'm tight, but I'm still like functionally useful, just not fully like I'm not going to be able to do anything crazy.
Dang.
All right. So I'm sorry. I have to. I have follows. Y'all keep talking. I'm going to destroy my arms for a second.
Wait, so
There you
we're
go.
just not going to talk about this then?
Let's just not talk about it. Let's just not talk about it.
when we did our poll stream, that shake weight is the most sus thing I've ever done. Ever.
I mean, it's a shake weight. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
motion of the ocean of the shake weight, like once you get it going, it just going, and then you just gotta keep hanging on.
the only thing more sus than a single shake weight is 2 shake weights.
No.
Like,
Listen, I have managed to thwart multiple people sending me extras. I've also been told that if anything ever happens to this one, that 3 were going to show up in my apartment.
I've actually been trying to find a couple shake weights around St. Louis area because I had an idea. I have an uncle who does woodworking. I want to have him make me like a little fire extinguisher box that says like in case of gains break glass and has the shake weights inside.
nice.
Hang that out here in the garage.
You got to make sure to get them used.
Extra.
eBay.
Oh, maybe that's the one thing you don't want used.
I can think of more things.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
actually think of one other thing that I
Used
wouldn't want
socks.
used. About the same size and shape ish.
Listen, you know what? Some people are into that, and no kink shame.
all right, that's
Yeah.
fair.
No.
I'm not gonna kink shame.
I got another question from actually one of my mods asking, what is the best way to stretch for DOMs after leg day? My personal approach on that is I stretch immediately after every workout. Part of it is because if I wait to do it, I may not remember and I may not have time, but if I incorporate it into the workout, then there's always time for me to do it. But I'm pretty sure that all of our fitness people here will tell you the best way to get rid of DOMs is to keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, I just do another leg day really quick. That gets rid of mine.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of tack on to what Nina said here, I think the people don't effectively use cooldowns. Like doing like a proper cooldown will eliminate a lot of that like delayed onset muscle soreness. And it could be as simple as, hey, I just crushed a leg day. Let me go walk around the block a few times just to kind of get some blood flow in that area and cool down, rather than just like, all right, I finished my 10 sets of 10 on squats. I'm gonna sit down right now. It's like, no, get up and
Sit in my
keep moving a
office
little
chair
bit.
all day.
So that is so accurate. Okay, so I wanted to murder Celty last year so bad. So we do an annual race on the 4th of July every year. And I run the 5K and he runs the 10K. Well, last year it fell on a Saturday, which meant that it fell the morning before cycling class. And he did not cancel said cycling class after the run. And I'm just like, I hate you so much right now. But
Oh, no.
it ended up being the first time that I've completed that 5K and my legs were not killing me afterwards because I kept moving them with the cycling.
Kind of quick question for everybody here. I know Nina does cardio. Does anybody else here do cardio?
The only official, like, I don't really do any official cardio, but pole and like any other kind of dancey movement becomes my form of cardio. Other than that, I just strength train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What about
mean,
you, Holder?
I do a lot of conditioning training. Like I'll do like sprints and tire flips, and I do heavy bag rounds. So I mean, I actually qualify that as conditioning though, because I think I don't like calling it
It's
cardio.
still a C word.
Yeah, but I do train cardio pretty extensively. Yeah, like I kind of have to.
Just because I'm a cardio junkie.
And Minnie, I know you and we don't even got to discuss it. It's fine.
I
You
paid
guys are like, oh, it's over
$1,000 for
3 reps cardio.
Yeah.
I paid $1,000 for a cardio machine, and it's sitting right back there right now. The problem is, I never tried an actual rower before I bought it, and I like it. Here's my problem. Okay, I'm gonna throw out a big person problem since we have 3 smaller persuasion people in here who don't understand this. Whenever I'm on a rower, my feet are like this far apart. And there is no way to toe out. And we were talking earlier
Yeah.
about squats. You want your toes out because your stomach has to be able to get between your knees. well, I can't get to the bottom of the rower unless I toe out. And unless I toe out as a large man, let's just say there's some bits that move back and forth over other bits that you don't want moving on a rower. So it's a very specific technique for a fat man to row. And it's not the most conducive for doing it long term.
Yeah, I don't do the rowing thing because, yeah, belly.
I got one more question for Muse here. So I think out of all of our participants, Muse is the only one that consistently does cosplay work. What would be your like number one recommendation for someone getting into like cosplaying?
I would say for them to cosplay the characters that they really enjoy and love, and because that is the part that feels the most fun and exciting is like representing characters that you love versus the ones you look exactly like or worrying about your body type matching, but instead doing the things that feel passionate. Like for me getting back into cosplay because I took like a couple year break from it and then COVID, like what else do you do? Like I had gotten really into anime and was super obsessed with like Bakugo from My Hero Academia. So because of that, I ended up teaching myself how to craft foam armor and built like grenade gauntlets and all this stuff. And if I was worried about looking exactly like him, obviously that would have been a hang up. But instead, it ended up inspiring me to build new skills, do something that I hadn't done before. And it felt really good. And then people loved it because I think that shows when you are doing a cosplay, whether you're really enjoying yourself or if you're just trying to kind of wear the clothes. And so really enjoying it brings the character more to life than looking exactly like them.
And it's kind of neat too because for everyone who doesn't know, Bakugo from My Hero Academia is a boy, a guy character, right? So the gender bending between characters is actually super interesting. And I bet there's like a neat following along with that, right? Like saying like, oh, how would Deku from My Hero look as a female, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool. Always my cosplays have always been either presidential or presidents that have died, right? Or Brendan Fraser from The Mummy. That's my range.
Joe tried to get me to cosplay a president with him the other year, but he basically looked at it and said, "Well, the only president that fits my build is Taft, and I know I don't fit in the bathtub too, so I don't know how any way to really dress up that way."
I think you could have been a very convincing Teddy Roosevelt. I think you could pull it off.
I need to be a lot shorter and a lot more asthmatic to be Teddy Roosevelt.
I mean, it's fine. Just that's part of the art of cosplay, okay?
Yeah. Gotta get into the character.
I mean, I recently cosplayed Lust. Body type does not have to match.
What did you cosplay as?
Lust from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Well, I actually don't know who that is. Is that like a main character?
Yeah, she's one of the main villains. She's part of the homunculi.
Oh. Full disclosure, I stopped watching that show after the homunculus episode where they turned the girl, spoiler alerts, they turned the girl into the dog. And I was like, oh,
okay.
I hate this show.
It's still too soon. It's still too soon.
Yeah. I was like,
It's
it's
only
too
been
much.
like 15 years. It's still too soon. So Holder, got a question for you from Indy. Since you're such a Final Fantasy fan, which character is most likely to have used a shake weight in their workout routine?
Definitely Quistis from Final Fantasy VIII. She also had a whip, so I would just assume it kind of tracks.
Holder, do you have a favorite Final Fantasy game?
I mean, I'm pretty boring when it comes to that. I mean, I really love Final Fantasy VII. Like, it's like the first one I ever played. I love it. I've played it a million times. I played the remake on stream. I've actually literally bought a PlayStation 5 that is still in the box that I have just for when the next Final Fantasy VII comes out. So, yeah, 7.
Wow. I mean, there's another Final Fantasy VII coming out.
So they're remaking it. They did like a complete remake, and it's not like a remaster. It's like a complete new story, and it's like coming out in 3 parts. So there was Final Fantasy Remake, which is part 1. There's part 2, which is Rebirth, which is a whole new game, and then there's going to be a third one after that. And yeah, you needed the PS5 for the the Rebirth, and so
Like-
it's literally sitting over there in the box, and I haven't opened it. It's just it exists because that game is coming out, so that's why.
I am so excited to see how that combat system looks though, because the targeting and for the demo that they had for Tifa just looks incredible.
Yeah. So I'm a pretty big dork when it comes to Final Fantasy. I don't know. I kind of nerd out about it.
Also, don't judge me. I love Advent Children.
Advent Children's good. Anybody who says it's bad is just wrong. Like, sorry.
Holder, can I give you my spiel of the way to trigger all Final Fantasy fans?
Is that I think you said this before in my chat, but please do it again.
It's and I hold to this belief. I hate Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, you're the only person. So honest to God, when you said that, like it not only made my eyes start to twitch, but like it made my brain vibrate internally. Like I've never heard anybody ever say that. Like not even as a joke. So it's
Okay,
like, I don't even know.
I'm gonna back that up in the fact that I loved 10 until 10.2 came out.
Oh, 10.2
Well,
was
yeah,
garbage.
Just forget. Just act like 10.2 doesn't exist. That's what I do.
I have a very specific reason why I hate 10 though. I have a friend who was very
If you
big
say
into Final
Lulu, I will
Fantasy.
cry.
And he
Yeah.
tried to get me into playing the game. And at the time, this is like high school age me, so I'm just into playing shooters. I never got into RPGs until I was like mid-20s, and so
Yeah, sure, I get that.
he loans me the game, and I'm playing, and it's one of those things like Pokemon, where you're running around and you get random battles, and eventually you're just like, oh good God, I don't want another Zubat, go away. So I just started like skipping battles. And I got through a whole bunch of the story. I played it for like 5 days straight. Got to one of the big fights with what's the dude, the big chained up summon guy.
Anima.
Yeah, so he summons Anima, and I don't have anything that can kill it because I didn't grind
you
the
skipped
level
all the
stuff
random
up.
battles and you're super
Yeah.
de-leveled.
And the whole time I'm like, I got to the part with Blitzball, and I was like, who gives a shit? Let me go back to playing the game. I don't want to play Madden Final Fantasy X. I just want to go back
I
to
also
punching
like
people.
Blitzball, so again, I just feel like my opinion doesn't matter on these things. Like,
Oh.
I think I'm the only
Blitzball's
person that
so
likes
good.
Blitzball.
Hands down, Lulu is my favorite Final Fantasy character.
Oh, Lulu is big mommy vibes. Like, I don't know, man. Like Lulu gave me a type, and it's never changed. So
Lulu
definitely-
is badass bitch.
for sure, I think that's why instinctually, like I've turned myself into Waka, because I just
Oh my
I need-
God.
I'm still looking for Lulu. People who
You know,
don't know what we're talking about, just like, the fuck are they even talking about right now?
I'm
But
just nodding
people who
and
know,
smiling.
people who know, you know.
Great.
Oh, well, guys, I think now is the best time to kind of close this up. I know a few of us have to get to bed, a few of us have to eat. But before we wrap everything all up, I just want to say thank you for doing this with us. I think it was a blast. I think we learned a
Yeah,
lot
this
of
is super fun.
yeah, we learned a lot of stuff. It was super fun. But I would like to kind of use this time here. If you guys would like to shout out your streams, where they can follow you, and what your schedule is, that'd be greatly appreciated. We can start with Muse, since she's first on my screen.
Hopefully you guys can hear me, because apparently there have been some audio issues with my mic. So I stream typically 4 days a week, because that is my strength training programming right now. I'm following an intermediate powerlifting model for my training. So I am not consistent in what days I stream, but I am consistent in that it's always 4 times a week. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's linked on my Twitch. I do post in my stories when I go live. And then I also, at the moment, I would have to say occasionally do poll streams. Like over summer, it's just been busier. But I do poll fitness streams as well, and kind of go through warm-up, drill what I've been learning in private lessons or class, and then do some like flow at the end. So I do those as well. And shortly we'll be doing a cosplay stream as Uraraka from My Hero Academia. So that's my stuff.
Well, that's going to be an awesome cosplay. Holder, you're second on my screen. Take it away, good sir.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, hi guys. I'm HolderHek. I'm currently only doing fitness streams. I always like to add this in there. I'm literally the most famous World of Warcraft player of all time, sort of. But right now, I'm just doing fitness streams. We're going Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. Eastern time. And this is going to be a shameless beg. But I am like 3 average viewers away from unlocking the partner achievement. So if you guys want me to love you sexually, come watch my streams tomorrow from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. Okay, please God. Like, but that's basically we do bodybuilding workouts, we do MMA workouts. You guys can make me do Street Fighter combos. It's pretty fun. And that's I'm
I don't know.
really
I feel
bad
like
at
I
these
need to start
elevator
coming in
pitches.
there with spells and World of Warcraft moves.
Yeah, I mean seriously, if you
Use
want,
you to
like,
get my WoW fix.
I do custom combos, so whatever you want me to do. You want me to do something from WoW? You want me to do something Street Fighter? I did like a 20-minute long Jackie Chan action movie the other day because Sweet Lou wanted me to die. So it's like whatever, it's fine.
Really quick, you said you're the most famous World of Warcraft player. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Is that an inside joke?
So when I first started streaming about 3 years ago, I basically came back playing WoW. I only streamed WoW for like the first year. I have about 80 YouTube videos about World of Warcraft that all have like a couple 100,000 views. I'm actually really famous in WoW. Like, I'm not making that up. Like,
Oh, okay, nice.
It's just, I just don't care that much about WoW right now. I'm taking a break, so we're just doing fitness streams.
Oh, snap. Okay. Minnie, I don't know how you're gonna top that. Hopefully you're a world famous, I don't know, Super Smash Brothers player.
I'm not, guys. It's so niche. It's so niche. It's just, I say that as a joke. Like,
Well, I don't know
Minnie,
if you
take it
know
away.
this, Joe, but I am the 2-time Twitch Rivals hosted by Tyler One champion.
the 2-time.
Only bested by the man himself, 3-time Ben Rice.
You're a backstabber. That's what you are, by the way. For everyone who doesn't know, Minnie betrayed me at the last Twitch Rivals event. In front of 20,000 plus people, he betrayed me. Just go ahead. Continue, Minnie. Go ahead.
No, that's not what happened at all, and you know it. What happened was Tyler got sick of all the shit you talk, and so he wanted to bring a ringer in to come in and just put the thumb down on you on deadlifts and just squish you.
Okay,
You guys
that's
are
your
so
story.
cute.
Take it away, Minnie. Take it away.
So yeah, I'm Minnie. I can be found pretty much every day lurking in somebody's chat. I wake up in the morning, take a shower, open up about 6 streamers, and then do whatever I need to do while I'm have them on in the background. I stream normally. My workout days would be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. The last couple weeks I haven't lifted just because my brain was exploded from getting ready for 2 meets back to back. And so now we're going to start doing ever so awful power building, bodybuilding workouts. So I am probably going to be heat stroking here. So I make sure I have my life alert on. So when that happens, I can have it called right away. I try to stream some games. I don't play the games people like to watch. I'm not a world famous World of Warcraft streamer. I played a game where you break up ships, and that's about it.
Wait, Minnie, you are a world famous tuba streamer, right? Don't we gotta redeem the tuba stream?
Eventually. That means I have to
Yeah.
get the tuba from the school though, because right now it's in my office. And I am too lazy to get that out of the office right over the summer. My tuba takes up darn near half of the deadlift platform to set the tuba at a chair.
What?
Have you ever thought about deadlifting while playing the tuba?
Yo.
If
That seems like
If
it
it-
would not be good for the tuba.
Okay, let me-
sounds like
let
a
me
great
explain.
stream redemption.
let me explain something to you, okay? Let me explain something to you real quick. All of these bars here cost about $6,000-$7,000. To replace my one tuba right now in today's money, to replace my good tuba is about $22,000.
What the
Is it
hell?
made out
is
of
it
gold?
an actual tuba, or do you have a sousaphone?
Tuba. Sousaphones are trash. They're only used for bands that like to dance and not play music.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it would be easier to deadlift to the sousaphone.
Yeah. I actually own 3 tubas too, and my tuba I have right now is one of the largest ones that you could buy. There's like 2 or 3 bigger, but they're like handmade by some German dude who, you know, hammers everything out with a friggin' piece of leather and a rubber mallet. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just stick with a mass-produced big old tuba. But I don't like taking them anywhere because heck, I mean, my tuba is worth more than everything in the gym here. That includes this camera, all of the rest of the cameras, all the lights, all the plates. It's like ridiculous how stupidly priced these things are.
So, are you still paying off this tuba?
My college fund growing up, so I'm paying off all of college because I got the tuba for free.
Huh. All right. Well, now you kids know. Tubas are $22,000.
Hey guys, who wants to get into playing tuba?
If you want to, whatever, I had a friend who he moved to a big school, and he said, I'm going to buy a tuba. What one would you recommend? I said, this is the cheapest one I would recommend, and it was like the kind that a kid drops and it's just blown up because it's so thin metal, and it was like $8,500. I'm like,
Minnie,
yeah,
how much
that's
would it break your heart to know that we had a tuba in our band room that had been backed over by the band bus?
Oh yeah, I
Because
Yeah.
our director put the case back there and forgot, and they rolled the bus.
The good thing is a lot of schools. I know, you whenever you went to school, you didn't go to school around here, did you, Nina?
No, I went to school down in Florida.
Because I know around here, most of the like almost every school I've ever student taught at, I've done clinics at, I've done band camps at, their concert tubas look like they were made from leftover plating from World War II battleships.
Yes.
So it's like, you run over one of those, that's sad. It's not great, but at the same time, you're like, that's a $800 tuba, and it's gonna, you replace with anything, and the kid's gonna sound like a professional compared to what they sounded like on those.
So, yeah, my bass clarinet at the school cost more than the tuba did.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the school had a Yamaha Darkwood that had been donated to it.
Dang.
Oh.
Beautiful instrument.
That is wild. All right, cool. And then Nina, let's finish up with you. Tell us a little bit where they can find you and your schedule.
So, Ninera90, yep, I occasionally do game streams that apparently very recently decided to get cut off because I have food poisoning on my birthday. Great times. I teach stretching classes on Thursday nights. Cough, cough, Joe.
You talking to me? I don't. My flexibility is great. Honestly, Holder and I, similar. I surpassed Muse. My flexibility is great.
Yep, you did fantastic.
See, there you go, guys. You heard it here
It was
first.
wonderful. But yeah, so I teach BMF on Thursday nights. Come into my chat if you want me to explain what that means. Occasionally, I do meal prep streams, and sometimes I do games. And then you can also find me working out on Salty's channel in person, typically about 2 days a week, because his house is close to my office, so I go over there for lunch.
Oh, I love it. That's great, guys. Again, thank you for everyone joining us today. I know it's a little bit weird of a time for a few of you, so I do appreciate that you guys came out here. Thanks for the high energy. We're gonna go ahead and send a raid on over to a Team Average member. I believe Snorri Cakes is streaming right now. So we're gonna go ahead. We'll send the raid over to her, and then I will see you guys on Thursday for another lifting stream. Guys, again, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and do the stream ending screen. Perfect.